Hey guys, welcome. This is a little compilation of my past 3 Naoya Maki videos where we have a big beef with the fans. You're just basically gonna see the whole timeline and everything that happened. So enjoy and make sure to check out the videos separately if you want to help out the channel and subscribe. Enjoy. Was Naoya right? Aside from his cheeks getting clapped by literally everybody, he had some pretty interesting beliefs. And goddamn was he right. Characters that are actually strong, maybe 4. So in this universe, he's right to believe what he does. Since he was a kid, Naoya was part of the Zenin clan. They could never be a strong individual. She can never fight for herself. She can be very strong sorcerers in JJK that are all male. And even though he lost in the end, this guy was a fucking menace to everybody he fought. Roll the fucking Sigma funk at it. The guy is literally playing pinball with Maki, bro. Like, you can't make this shit up. Anyone he fights is catching those hands, bro. He's getting that 1, 3, 4, 10, 12, 25 wombo combo in his ass with the projection sorcery and shit. That guy is faster than the speed of light, bro. I mean, he's not, but it looks somehow we got Plotki, plot or whatever. She's a fucking plot queen. Yes, I said it. She should not have won that fight.
Oh, but that's misogynistic. She's way stronger than...
Simple fact that Maki isn't even close to the likes of Toji, logically speaking. 16-year-old girl would ever reach his potential at the age she is right now and at whatever age she is at, because what is pure facts and nature is that a female is physically weaker than a male.
So that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, like any...
Pull mountains while running through them, by the way. And of course he threw her at the mountains and guess what? They broke again. Bro, he's out there punching craters in the fucking earth with little to no effort, just running, accelerating his fucking technique. And we have Maki, who pulled the biggest bullshit out of her ass that she could just, mind you, that punch that he was charging up right at the end of the fight would have killed her. Of perception speed to just count the frames he's moving at and hit him right in the face in the frame right before he hits her. Hell, I don't even think Toji could do that. The second fastest character in fucking JJK, of course. Yeah, that just makes sense. Now I'm going to list all the bullshit that Maki pulled. First, the counting the frames bullshit. I explained that already. Second, except that one little mark of blood on her forehead. No bones broken, no muscle torn. The fact that she magically became as strong as Toji just by her sister dying. I know that there's an explanation about this and that she couldn't reach her full potential because her sister was still alive and gave after her sister died and uncapped her potential just to reach that height that Toji was at. And that's if she was somehow more cut her across the torso with a katana and then listen to her request of go and stab my cousin in the back. Keep going, but I got tired, so I'll stop. So was Naoya right? Yes, in the JJK universe, every woman is a fucking bum, except Yuki. Yuki's fucking goated. Was he right in general? No. And like, I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. It's too much, bro. It's too much. Is he still tough? Yes. The guy has a 0% win rate and the whole fandom is still glazing him, of course. I don't like the word glazing I just used, by the way. It's just a stupid word that's made to counteract anybody saying anything's cool. Like, if I say something's cool, you could just say,
that's glazing. You're glazing.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Anyways, screw that word. Did I make this video just to upset every Maki fan there is out there? Yes. And will I make more videos like this? Yes, I will. I just don't know exactly when, but as soon as I manage to do it. So, I hope you enjoyed this little endeavor of a video. Maki, Toji. Maki, Toji. What don't you understand? Y'all people are crazy. The amount of delusion you need to have in your short-haired, colored lesbian head is just insane. The people that like Maki are the same people who watch Husband Hotel, dress up in furry suits, and go to conventions to sniff their butts like they're fucking dogs. You remember I prayed for the Sukuna fans in my last video? For you I won't even pray. Even Jesus can't save you. Let me give you an example of what a Maki fan sounds like.
Maki is way cooler than Toji. She's so Sigma. Look at her. She's literally shaking the manga to be strong. It's not stronger than him. And you're misogynist. You're sexist.
Hey, shut the fuck up, man. Let me show you a couple of comments from my Naoya video. First one is from Capybara and Watermelon and Joy 8208. What the hell? There aren't many strong female characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, that's because shonen is an inherently sexist genre that always prioritizes men over women. Listen, I'm not here to make fun of my viewers, it's just that I want to sort of debate or maybe just discuss what you're saying in the comments. To your comment, my friend, no, shonen is not a sexist genre. Matter of fact, there are many animes where there are women exploding, blowing up planets with robots, so that's not true. You're just spitting names, calling people sexist or misogynistic. That's Twitter culture, I don't want that in my channel. Second one is from Magnifine. Bro might be the cope god. Sob emoji, sob emoji. Okay bro, so Maki fans thinking that a woman can be physically and muscularly as strong as a man are not delusional or coping at all. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Okay, then give me this. By the way, I'm not hating on women, I love women. It's just that this doesn't make sense. Put a man and a woman, let's say they're brother and a sister, they have the same parents, same genetics, same everything. But they're a man and a woman. Both of them go to the gym 10 years, and let's see who lifts heavier. Okay, does that now make sense to you? I find it funny how nobody liked the hate comments, but this guy, for example, is at 100 fucking likes. Absolute cinema. Third one is from Retep the Third. -1 HP, -1 HP, -1 HP, all flash, no substance. Okay, bro. Now I'm gonna tell you something. That's because Maki was wearing plot armor and it protected her from all of Naoya's punches. Matter of fact, she ate all the plot armor and didn't leave any for Gojo, and that's why he lost against Sukuna. If he had some left, he would have won. Here's one that just came out right as I'm recording by Florian Brown 696. Most of the stuff mentioned here was just wrong. Okay, bro, I argumented myself on everything. The video did get cut due to copyright reasons, so there could have been something that is out missing, but I said everything I had to say in, and I'm pretty sure there's no mistakes there. So no, everything's right. Just like Naoya was right. This is your first time rage baiting.
Really, bro?
If it was my first time, there wouldn't have been so many people fuming at the video. And I'm not only rage baiting, I'm speaking facts that I believe and I have researched to be true. It's not just rage bait. I actually think that, you know? Now we have the big problem left to talk about. And it is Maki herself. First, her fight with Naoya was a total and utter bullshit, because watch the video. And the other fight with Naoya was an even bigger ass pull, because how can you so conveniently put Daido, a blind swordsman who can swing his sword really well, and then we have the biggest ass pull, which is the sumo guy that has a domain, and time inside flows way faster than the outside. Or I mean, if you train an hour inside, it's only a second on the outside. That's what I mean. And regardless of all of that, it's just sumo. How did sumo make Maki be able to stand up to a cursed spirit that could, prior to that, demolish her? She couldn't even match with him. All of a sudden, sumo just made that happen? No, that doesn't make sense, and it's absolute stupidity. Even the author himself, when he started this fight, knew that he wanted Maki to win, and he was like, wait, but that doesn't make sense. Like, people are gonna kill me over this. Like, Maki cannot beat Naoya, so he had to put a training arc mid-fight, and that's the only bullshit way he could make it, because what other way is there? Maki just runs away, leaves Kamo alone, and Naoya will just catch up to her and train somewhere else. No, we needed that for the story to proceed, so that's bullshit. She's also a really bland character, and I do think that she could have been a really good character, but they rushed her. I feel like they rushed her. Every single one of her fights rushed, no development shown. We only have a few sparrings here and there. There's nothing to show that she can be who she is, and there's no training. We see there's nothing, and she's 16 too. How can you make it up? Toji's 32 or 36, was it? He makes sense to be this strong. If she was like 22, 4, that would have made sense, but no. And like, I also feel like they needed to make Maki more like a man in order to make her cool. Like, you have this bum character who's rejected by the Zenin clan, and what's your best way to make her cool? Make her like Toji. Make her look like a man, trim her hair short, make her ugly with all those scars, make her muscular, make her train sumo. She's probably dominating fucking Utah. Like, everything, all of this shows that they just made her a man who isn't a man. That's just stupid. Yuki has way less screen time, and she is presented differently. Yuki isn't muscularly stronger than a lot of characters. It doesn't make sense because they're making women compete in a man's field. A man's field is strength, it's muscle. A woman is not. And when you have a woman there, you should give her, for example, a technique that makes her advantageous over a man, like they did with Yuki. The whole thing with the mass technique and with Garuda and with the black hole at the end, it all made sense, and it was a beautiful fight. That I don't complain about. That's why I like her, not Maki. Maki's just presented as a man, which is really stupid. Anyways, with that out of the way, I would like to have a little Q&A with you guys, and it will be me asking questions and you giving me the answers down below in the comments. And first, what do you think about my new banner? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I know there are people that absolutely despise it and hate me over it in my other videos and use it as an argument, but your entire channel looks like Naoya and you're speaking type shit. And it's funny and I won't take it down. Regardless, what do you think? And then the other thing is, what do you think about my Sukuna video? Did you like it? Did you like how I edited it? Do you like that style of editing? And third, that is not really a question, I'm just gonna... No, actually it is. Do you like me putting in gaming footage in the videos? And if so, tell me what game you would like to be seeing as background, because I'm having a hard time editing every fucking second of my video to represent what I am saying currently, and I would just like to know. The games I play are Ark, Warframe. I could play Roblox. I don't play Roblox, but you know, just in this case, the JJS, I can do it for you. And like PCG, I don't know, I don't think you would like that. You know, give me some suggestions just for background footage so you can have a more enjoyable experience watching my videos, and not have me edit 25 hours for a video, because you're gonna wait. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, really. As always, leave a subscribe and a like if you wanna see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Who's better, Maki or Naoya? I'm T-Rect, and I've read the entirety of JJK, made multiple videos on it, and had many people agree with me over my takes. Today we'll solve the biggest conflict between JJK and fans, and finally put an end to this fucking mess. Before we begin though, make sure to join my cool-ass Discord community if you're a cool-ass person, link in description. First we need to understand the main catalyst of the problem.
Maki.
Ah, yes, that dubious, blasphemous, hyperbolous void! Yes, she is, not Yuki, she is. Maki is in so many ways a terrible character. And some of you might say that I'm biased because I like Naoya, but no. I'm gonna decide who's better based on pure logic. Maki fans keep slandering Naoya, so I'ma fight back.
But Maki's wins are all valid.
Let me prove you wrong. She's practically spoon-fed her power-ups by the plot. Gero didn't kill her, and Yuta saved her. She somehow lived Jogo incinerating her. So you're telling me that she almost died to Gero throwing grade 3 curses at her, but survived being burned to a crisp. She murdered the entire Zenin clan without a single scratch. Then in her first fight with Naoya, she counted the frames of his technique, which is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen, and then just turned around and one-shot him. That fight was boring as fuck on her side, and if Naoya wasn't fighting the way he did, I would have probably skipped it. Then the second fight against Naoya, she won because
she had discovered freedom.
Guess how that worked? Some random sumo guy came out of nowhere and gave her a training arc mid-fight that moved 1,000 times faster than it would have in normal time, so that Kamo wouldn't die by the time she's done. Before that bullshit happened, Naoya was outspeeding both of them and even rammed into her, breaking her ribs and rupturing her organs. The way she killed him at the end did make sense, but she wouldn't have lived by then if she didn't have plot armor. Both their little Sukuna fights didn't achieve much, but Maki fans used that as an argument to say that
she kept up with Sukuna.
Buddy, first time Sukuna was heavily held back by Megumi because he had just taken over him, and second time he was already heavily injured and weakened. She didn't keep up shit. You see how there's one obvious detail, that if she died in any of her fights, the story wouldn't have been able to proceed very well, so the plot would have changed. So she had armor to protect the plot. Guess what that's called? Plot armor. Number 2 is what I like to call the Tojification. What that means is that they literally turned Maki into Toji, and I'm not talking about giving her the same power as him. I'm talking they made her look just like him. Like, come on, couldn't you be more original, Gege? She's way too fucking muscular for a woman. She's soulless and shallow. Naoya literally asks her if she has a human heart, and she says no. She's got a haircut like a 10-year-old boy. She's ugly as hell with all those scars. Even the fandom displays her as the man in their relationship with Yuta later in the story. Maki's development doesn't feel entirely organic. She didn't grind for that specific peak power-up the way characters like Yuji or even Makito had to grow through suffering and evolution. You could say that she trained enough before and Mai's existence prevented her from reaching peak heavenly restriction, but it wouldn't make sense. She's literally 15 the last time we see her train. What, you're telling me between the age of 12 and 15 she amounted to Toji's probably 15 years of training? I think it would have been way cooler and would have made more sense to make Maki faster and more fluid and Toji stronger and more durable. She doesn't fit her human nature. Their roles are reversed and instead it's displayed the other way around. In no way am I saying I just want Toji to be better because he's a man and sexism and blah blah, that type of crap. My point is that it doesn't make sense. None of it does. Maki is just one deep plot hole of a character. And number 3, she is rushed. I dislike the way they made Maki's character. The reason she's so shallow is because we don't get to see much of her being human. So much goes for the peak human. We only have one scene where she cries, and it's when Mai dies. The rest of the time she's either annoyed or bland as fuck. Typical for an emotionally immature little girl. To speak about her power-up as well, it didn't make sense. It's another plot hole designed to save her from certain death. You can't just tell me she got max stats after crying for her sister a little bit. Oh no, she died, whoop-de-doo, guess I'm gonna eat a power shroom and slaughter the entire Zen Zenin clan with no effort, yippee! Yeah bro, a 16-year-old girl with little to no experience is now as strong as fucking Toji. Now let's talk about the GOAT. Naoya is my favorite misogynist. I like how in his other fight he says, "Hello, Maki." Jokes aside, he's just like Andrew Tate in a way. The shit he says is crazy, but most of it actually makes sense. I got fucking goosebumps from saying that. I know it's cringe as fuck, but hear me out. I get why he says it, I get why he hates women, and I get why he believes he should be up there with Toji and Gojo. It all makes sense. People portray him as some egotistical scumbag because they refuse to dive into his character. He isn't evil just for the sake of it. He's the absolute definition of what the Zenin clan raises. In the Jujutsu world, might makes right. Naoya was born with an OP curse technique, immense talent, and high status. What do you want? From his perspective, weakness is a sin. He saw his father Naobito rule with power. He saw Toji outclass everyone with his sheer strength. To Naoya, the traditional hierarchy isn't a bias, it's a fundamental truth of survival. If you don't have cursed energy or power like Maki in the beginning, you are useless to the sorcery world. He's just saying out loud what the entire Jujutsu society thinks. Why I think Naoya is fundamentally better than Maki is because he has perfect narrative consistency. Naoya never fakes who he is. He's 100% honest about his worldview, his greed of the clan head position, and his obsession with becoming stronger. Naoya actually pushes his technique to the absolute limit. Projection sorcery requires frame-perfect microsecond calculations. He's a literal genius with it. When he becomes a cursed womb, he evolves, creates a domain expansion, and adapts. He works for his status as a threat, whereas Maki just walks around using Toji's hype to look tough. To me, Naoya is a masterpiece of a villain because he represents everything wrong with the Zenin clan, and he plays that role perfectly until the very end. Maki didn't defeat the Zenin clan because she was a better character, she defeated them because Gege gave her Toji's save file. Plus his technique is cool as fuck. And speaking of his technique, let's talk about how the fandom completely downplays the insane transformation he goes through, because Maki fans love to cope by saying Naoya is just a pathetic loser who couldn't accept defeat. Buddy, let's look at the facts. When Naoya got sniped by Maki's mom at the end of Perfect Preparation, the story could have ended right there, but his sheer willpower, his pure hatred, and his absolute refusal to be surpassed by people he deemed inferior was so fucking strong that he literally reincarnated as a cursed womb, bro. That isn't just being a hater, that's transcendent motivation. Difficult word, I know. And when he comes back, he doesn't just repeat the same shit. He takes projection sorcery, a technique that already required frame-perfect brain calculations, and adapts it into a cursed body that can literally accelerate past the speed of sound. He became a living Mach 3 missile. He was blitzing Maki so fucking hard that Gege literally had to invent a pocket dimension sumo match just to give her a chance to breathe. If Naoya had been given a single shred of the plot armor Maki carries in her back pocket, he would have already ended the fight in seconds. Let's talk to the Maki Glazers for a second, because their logic genuinely hurts my brain. They will sit there in my comments typing out essays about how Maki represents the liberation of the Jujutsu world, you fucking liberals, and how she has so much aura. Aura? What fucking aura? Standing in a corner, looking moody while wearing Toji's hand-me-down fucking clothes is not any aura. Maki fans try to win arguments by saying her arc is deeply emotional because of my sacrifice. But let's look at how that actually plays out in the story. Mai dies, creates a sword out of nothing, and suddenly Maki turns into John fucking Wick. There was no psychological breakdown, no long-term trauma affecting her combat capability, no actual adjustment period. It was an insta-stat multiplier. It completely destroys the stakes of the series, and why should I care about characters like Yuji or Megumi putting their blood, sweat, and tears into mastering their cursed energy when Maki can just lose a family member and instantly jump to special grade? Naoya, on the other hand, gave us a whole new different look at the entire story. He proved that the Zenin clan wasn't entirely wrong. Power is the only currency that matters in this world. He played the villain flawlessly and did it all while staying completely true to his character design. He didn't need a tragic backstory or a sudden change of character to be interesting. He was just a toxic, talented piece of shit running his environment exactly how he was supposed to. He was a bad person in some ways, but he was also misunderstood, and his character is way deeper than Maki could ever imagine to be. So when you weigh it all up, based on pure objective writing consistency, Maki is a walking plot device used to clear out the entire clan when Gege got tired of drawing them. Naoya, on the other hand, is a beautifully written top-tier antagonist who carried the hype of Sakurajima Colony entirely on his back. And yes, that is what I think. It's my first time making a script for a video, so I hope you liked it. If you want even more of this topic, check out my other two videos. Peace. Anyway guys, I just woke up one day and I thought, why not make this video? So here it is. Hope you enjoyed it, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.